Good morning, everyone.
Good
So
morning.
today is our second online meeting, the meeting number 207, and we are starting our second online meeting. And as the ground rules, we do not speak about politics, sex, and religions. And let me call the meeting number 207 meeting in order. And so today we have a couple of guests as well. And first of all, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sunil. Please introduce yourself to our club.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Toastmaster Sunil Govovind. I'm based out of Toastmaster Club in Bangalore, India. It's called Beaches Toastmasters Club. So I guess I've been a Toastmaster since 2016. And that's basically what I was the ex-president of my club. This is my wife, Toastmaster Seema. I think she'll introduce herself.
Hi all, I'm Toastmaster Seema. I've been part of Beaches club for last 1 year. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, so that's basically what it is. So I think over to the president.
Right. Thank you. And according to the agenda, now I need to hand over this control to the Toastmaster of the day. So again, I will be your Toastmaster of the day today. So we start this meeting. We have a theme. It's called Stop Wishing, Start Doing. A wish is a hope or desire for something. And we feel or we express a strong desire or hope for something that cannot or probably will not happen. So if you take the current situation, current example in the world, the people wish to have a corona-free world, but actually what we need to do is take actions against corona, following, for example, following precautions and given by the health authorities and the government, and also stay home to support the other parties to control the situation. Not only that, and this is related to your personal and professional life as well, because if we start doing something, without wishing, then you can move forward and you can win the world. Because because the thing is, if we are continuously wishing, there's no any action on that. So with that, let's start the 207 meeting. So this is our second online meeting. According to the agenda, I would like to introduce the role players. So first of all, I would like to invite Toastmaster Buddhika Umagiliya as a timer. He's a product of Ananda College, Colombo, and currently he's working as a software engineer of Heli's Advantage. Toastmaster Buddhika, over to you to introduce your role.
Mute.
Toastmaster Buddhika, you are on mute.
Can you hear me? Good morning, my dear Toastmasters and fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards. These are the cards: red, green, and yellow. So, table topic speakers should have 1 to 2 minutes. In 1 minute, I'll show the green color, and 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow color card, and in 2 minutes, I'll show the red color card. And here, if we have any icebreakers, if there are 4 to 6 minutes. In 4th minute, I will show the green minute, I will show the yellow color, and at the 6th minute, I will show the red color. In round robin session, you all are getting 20 seconds. Once 20 seconds is finished, I will ring the bell. Can you hear the sound?
Yes.
Yes.
So in other speeches, you are getting to 7 minutes. In 5th minute, I'll show the green color card, and 6th minute, I'll show the yellow color card, and 5th minute, I'll show the 7th minute, I'll show the red color card. And so individual evaluators, you are getting 2 to 3 minutes. In 2nd minute, I'll show green color card, and 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow color card. At the 3rd minute, I'll show the red color card. That's all about time. Finally, I will give my report. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Buddhika. So next, I would like to introduce the account of today's meeting as Toastmaster Senodi Adhikari, which is a product of Ratnavali Balika College Gampaha, and she's expecting university entrance in engineering in a couple of months. So Toastmaster Senodi, over to you to introduce your role.
Good morning, all of you. Today I am the account of this meeting. I am here to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Senodi. The next role is Grammarian. Toastmaster Shalika would be our Grammarian today. He's a product of Ashoka College, Colombo, and he graduated from University of Jayaweera and Seema past finalist. Currently, finance executive. He's working as a finance executive at KPMG. Toastmaster Shalika, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So today I'll be your grammarian. So grammar is something that is critical for every one of us because grammar is not, English is not our mother tongue, so we tend to make mistakes. So that's why it's important to keep our knowledge updated about the grammar. So as a grammarian, I'll be monitoring the grammar usage during the entire meeting. So at the end of the meeting, I will highlight the good usage of the language as well as the areas where that we need to improve ourselves. In addition to that, I need to introduce the word of the day, which is inception. I have sent a message in chat as well. The basic meaning of that, the inception is that the establishment or starting point of activity. So I will encourage you to use the word of the day as much as possible. And I'll be posting some examples as well. So keep note of that as well. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Shalika. So next, we have our grammar general evaluator. So Toastmaster Punsirimewan Kamburawala. He's most experienced Toastmaster in our area and Sri Lanka. And he's past district director of division director of Division F and member of Oasis and both Oasis and CNI Toastmasters. And please welcome Toastmaster Punsirimewan Kamburawala as the general evaluator today.
Good morning all. As general evaluator, I am here to help you all to improve yourself as well as meeting procedures. I cannot do this alone. I have a team for that. With my team, at the end of the meeting, I will come and present my report. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Kamburawala. So next, according to the agenda, next segment is the round robin. So today, as the round robin master, we have a special person. Because I'm saying special because he's an experienced Toastmaster, and he's the first distinguished Toastmaster of Oasis Toastmaster Club, and he's a product of Ananda College and currently working at MS Holding as a senior executive in learning and development. Please welcome Toastmaster Nuwan Rajapaksha as the round robin master.
Hi, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, and we are ready to start the meeting with the first segment of today, which is the round robin session. I think all of you know that all of you will get 20 seconds to speak, and the timer will support us with the time indication at the 20th second so that the next person can start speaking. So at this session, I'm not asking you all to follow the last word uttered by the previous speaker, because today it's going to be a different segment that we are going to go through. And I just thought of making this a news experience for all of us. And I'm going to be the news presenter, and all of you who are participating in this meeting is going to be the reporters from your area. And what we are going to talk today is the current situation in each and every one of your areas. So all of you can report about the situation which is related to COVID-19, how the environment is getting affected, how people are working around. So those things you all can tell me within the 20 seconds that you get. And I will give you the numbers. If any one of you miss, please indicate so that I can give you a number. So starting off with number 1, Chamil. Number 2, Shalika. Number 3, Neeta. Number 4, Sankani. Number 5, Sunil. Number 6, Kambu. Number 7, Manujaya. Number 8, Buddhika. Number 9, Kitsara. Number 10, Chira. Number 11, Indira. Number 12, Kasun. Number 13, Indusara. Number 14, Gihan. Number 15, Vimal. Number 16, Prarthana. Number 17, Senodi.
And Nuwan,
Yes.
you missed Sunil's wife, I guess.
All right. Toastmaster Seema, right?
Toastmaster Sunil's wife.
All right. Toastmaster Sunil's wife, number 18. Did I give a number to all of you? Did I miss anybody?
And Indira's sister got number.
That's it. Senodi, right?
And Prarthana is not there.
Prarthana is not there.
Okay. Right. So are we good to start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the current situation of the world with relates to COVID-19 is not so good, because some of the countries are facing it really difficult to get the control over. And especially some of the countries have already been locked down, especially India, and some of the other countries around are locked down at the moment. And here in Sri Lanka, we find different scenarios. We are under curfew right now. So would like to know the situation around the country, and we are getting our news correspondents from India as well. And so let's start off with Chamil. Would you like to tell us the situation in your area?
Yes, Nuwan. So thank you for the opportunity. So in the current situation of in Naival area and Gampa district, currently Gampa has been identified as a most effective area, and we are in the red zone. But as of now, in my regional area, the Naivala, so this area we couldn't find any positive cases, because people are following the precautions, people are following the rules given by the governments and the other health authorities. So no one is on the road.
Right. So thank you, Chamil, for your update. And now we are moving on to Minwangoda area. To Neeta, would you like to give us your update?
Go on mute.
Neeta, you're mute.
Area.
Yes.
Okay.
Our area, because here we can't see any actually we can see with silence we feel, because no one moving anywhere because of the curfew. They have strictly followed the rules of the government. Time to time we can see some vehicles going on the road. And the other thing, we can't see any patients. We didn't have any news about the patients or something like that. But in the situation, government instructed to stay at home, isolate. If there are any, you have any symptoms like coughing or sneezing.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Neeta. And now we would like to know about the situation in India, Bangalore. Toastmaster Sunil, would you like to share your update?
Yeah, I suppose in Bangalore, as we have discussed, it's under lockdown, and people are finding innovative ways to keep themselves occupied in terms of both physically as well as mentally. So one of the things is they have online Toastmasters meetings, whether within India or with other Toastmasters across the world. I think they are finding many innovative ways to go forward. I think that's one positive thing we can take away from this COVID-19 scenario. Over to you.
All right, so yeah, there are lots of positives that we can take out of this scenario. And thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunil. And now we are moving on to Toastmaster Manoj. And we would like to hear from you about the situation in your area.
Hi, I'm from Gampa Electric. So for the moment, all of the people are following the guidelines of the government, and they are staying at home and without making any noises or any kind of problems to the rules and regulations. So police are not coming here because all are practicing the rules and regulation, as well as most of the time people are having parties and everything, but not in a physical way, but in online way. So they are using the things like Zoom, Skype, and in that way they are having so many parties, get-togethers, and everything. As well as it's fortunate to have.
All right, so thank you very much, Manoj, Toastmaster Manoj, for your update. And it's good to see that people are meeting online. And next, can we have Kitsara? Kitsara, would like to know from you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I'm in Nitambua, so people are strictly following that rules. So we can't see no one in the road, but some are going for their jobs, and police always check for them, and no positive cases were reported in my area.
All right, so thanks, Kitsara, for your update. And I would like to go to Chira, who is standing in between Nittambu and Naivala. So what's your update, sir?
Yes. Okay. My hometown is Wayangoda. In our area also, we don't have positive cases, but still our area is locked down. And police is chasing behind the people who are going around. Actually, yesterday also there was some arrest happened in front of our house. So that was one of the major scene in our area, because of that, a lot of people are scared of going out now, even though they wanted to. So they are staying at home safe, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you, Chira, for your update. Yeah, you should stay at home, otherwise you will get arrested. And I think right now the rate of being arrested is more than the cases reported on COVID-19 in Sri Lanka. So that's a bit of a thing to get away from. So now, Buddhika, would you like to share your update with us?
I'm in 26 mile post Nitambua. The current situation of the area is very peaceful. Although the curfew has announced all over the area, the people are not coming out from their homes. They are all stay at home. In this area, we didn't find any cases so far. And the current situation is very nice. And over to you.
All right, so keep going. Don't let anything happen. If there's anything, please report us. And thank you, Buddhika, for your update. And now would like to get the update from Hansagiri Road. Toastmaster Kamburawala.
Hi. From yesterday onward, home deliveries are going on. Vehicles are going on the road, shouting egg, egg, chicken, chicken, vegetable, vegetable, coconut, coconut, right? And the most important thing what I have to say is, one vehicle has delivered parcels of vegetables without giving their identity. They have delivered it free of charge. There are generous people. And those who are selling the things also, they sell those things into a reasonable price. They are not going to make big profit. We must highly appreciate those things.
Exactly, Toastmaster Kamburawala. There are lots of generosity coming into play these days while we experience some of the greedy people as well. But that's fine. So thank you very much for your update. Now from Naivala, Shalika, would you like to tell us how is it going on your area?
Hello viewers, I'm Shalika from Naivala, which is a close small town to Veyangoda. So the current situation is we are under curfew until further notice by the government. And so yes, the vehicle are not supposed to be on the roads, but I could notice only the aeroplanes on the road. Other than that, I could notice everything. So what I feel is that people haven't understood the gravity of that still. So what I should mention is that people need to understand gravity of the situation, because this is not a normal curfew situation. We are fighting against a thing which we cannot see. So people need to understand the gravity of that. So I should emphasize that point. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Shalika. Sankani, how is it going on in your area?
Thank you, Nuwan. I'm currently in Kuliapitiya, and we can hear Students Union of Wam University of Sri Lanka have donated money as well as food to students who are struggling with daily wages, and also to their family members. And currently in Kuliapitiya, there are no infected cases. We wish to be the same in future too. People are strictly adhering to the rules and regulations. So we are happy to see such people in our area. And I'm Sankani Suraveera from Nuwan Raj TV in Kuliapitiya. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Sankani. And now we are going back to Bangalore. Toastmaster Sunil's wife, would you like to share the update? Is there anything that you can add to what Toastmaster Sunil said?
Hi everyone, it's a complete lockdown here for 21 days. Government had asked us not to step out, so we have been inside house, and it's really wonderful over here. It's like a beginning of our inward journey. I've been taking online yoga classes and attending meditation of gurus. Like afternoon we have one session, evening one session, and also I've been very regular at Toastmaster sessions, and I've attended 4 sessions in the last 2 weeks, like including this. So that's like a wonderful journey for me. Over to you.
All right, so lots of positives, lots of positives. Thank you very much for your update from Bangalore. And now it's again to Gampaha area, Indusara. Indusara, how is it going on in Miriswata?
Hello everyone, I'm reporting from Miriswata area. It's last night the news crew went on a little patrol in the road, and we could not see any vehicle other than the important service and the police and the military vehicles moving on the road. And the people, it's happy to say that the people are actually obeying the government rules, and the government services also delivering their service in maximum efficiency, as well as I have to say the youth of this area and the generous donors are organizing not only to deliver free food to the needy people, as well as feed the not only the people, but also their loving pets who are on the road. So that's one good thing that I've noticed in this area. I'm Sura Bekon from Oasis News. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And now we would like to. Indira, how is it happening in your area? What is the current update?
Thank you, Toastmaster Nuwan. When talking about this Kaligidihena area, these people, it seems that people have understood their responsibility. There's no traffic. Usually in Kaligidihena Junction, when talking about it, Kandikalam Road, usually we can't cross the road because of the huge traffic in the evening, especially. But now there's no traffic, no people people are empty in cities. In the city, that only special services, vehicles from special services are traveling, and vehicles are coming to deliver goods to people as well as to the temples as well. Over to you.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Next, we have Kasun. Kasun, anything special in your area?
Nuwan, actually, I'm living in a small village called SL, nearby to Nayuala, where Chamil is living. Anyway, there are no COVID positive cases as of now. I can see some vehicles also moving within the village because no police officers are there. Anyway, those people who are moving within the village, for essential services, they are moving. Anyway, also other thing, few weeks back, I got to know that one person came from Italy, hid in his house, and police came and arrested him and took him to a quarantine center. Anyway, so far good here.
So far so good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. And Gihan, how is it happening at Veyangoda? Anything?
Thank you, Nuwan. At the moment, I'm at the Veyangoda town. So Veyangoda town is one of the busiest town in Sri Lanka. The railway station and the bus stand, the bus stand and the railway stations, which were busy with the people all the time. On the other days, they are empty now. So the Veyangoda town also always filled with people, and due to the curfew they have paused for until further notice. I can see only few people in the town. They may be for the important services and other things. So far everything is good in Veyangoda town. So I will come with any updated news at any time. Thank you for.
All right. So thank you very much, Gihan, for your report. Toastmaster Vimal, how is it happening in Minoangoda?
Yeah, Minoangoda area, I don't see any problem so far. I can see some vehicles passing by on the road. But about 3 days back, we saw a panic situation when government allowed people to go to the pharmacies with their prescriptions. Now, young people, they took their prescriptions out, and even old prescription, and they were traveling here and there. Not only going to the pharmacies, but moving here. And pharmacy people also, I believe, they wanted to do some business. Beside keeping the pharmaceutical items and grocery items also, so they were allowing people to come and buy these things. But immediately this was reported to the authorities, and the situation was under control. Now, during last 3 days, I see there are no problem in our area. So people are living in houses, nice situation.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Vimal. And Toastmaster Senodi, anything that you would like to add to Indira's update from Kalagedihena?
Thank you, Nuwan. I'm from Kalagedihena. I can see empty roads. I can see police only. All the buildings are closed, but I can see pharmacies are open. That is the situation of our area.
All right. So thank you very much to all our news correspondents. Join with us from all the parts of the country and also from Bangalore. And at the inception, this was only limited to China, and now it has got spreaded all across the world, and something that is quite problem creation. So all of us needs to make sure that we are safe and stay inside. Yes, lockdown is creating problems for us to get connected, but that's okay. As of now, the world is finding it quite difficult to control. So we need to make sure that we support the parties who are getting involved in curing this matter. So thank you very much, all our reporters. And that's what we got from Oasis TV on COVID-19. We'll come back again next week for sure with a new update. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Nuwan. And I think it's a very wonderful round robin session, and all are warmed up. And now we can move to the prepared speeches section. The first speaker is Toastmaster Adhikari. First of all, I would like to invite her evaluator, that is Toastmaster Chiranta. Toastmaster Chiranta is a product of Nalanda College, Colombo, and graduated in Business IT and Seema pass finalist. So currently he's working as a business development executive at Daysworks Technologies. Chiranta, can you explain the speech of expectation?
And yes, Toastmaster Indira is doing a project on using a presentation software. So the purpose of this project goes like this. The purpose of the project for the member to introduce or review a basic presentation software strategy for creating and using slides to support or enhance the speech. The purpose of the speech is for members to demonstrate his or her understanding of how to use presentation software, including the creation of slides and incorporating the technology into a speech. That's the main purpose of the speech. So I wish you good luck, and I'll come up with my report at the end. Over to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chiranta. Indira is a product of Ratnavali Balika Vidyalaya Gampaha, and currently she's a medical student at University of Rajarata. Please welcome Toastmaster Indira Adhikari, COVID-19. COVID-19, Toastmaster Indira Adhikari.
December 2019 was the dangerous news reported from Wuhan, China, about the first corona patient in the world history. When days became weeks, no one could avoid giving attention to this viral attack. Everyone was searching what this coronavirus was. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. These coronaviruses are enveloped positive sense RNA viruses having spike-like projections on their surfaces. And they are having a unique replication strategy. Viruses are more primitive organisms when compared with human beings, but they are having a protein capsule that can be changed accordingly. When a person is vaccinated, it is not that virus when it was producing. That's why producing a vaccine for virus is so hard. Very basic biological characteristics should be concerned. Here in this map, you can see the global spread of coronavirus. WHO has categorized this virus as a pandemic. It originated in China and now has spread to all over the world, increasing the number of deaths day by day. COVID-19 has reported cases in over 190 countries by the time 27th of March, including Italy, USA, Spain, UK, India, and even Sri Lanka. There's no specific virus treatment drug for this virus. The CDC suggests to have supportive care to manage and to relieve symptoms. And researchers are testing about antiviral drugs. By the way, Japan has introduced a drug called Jayaweera, and let's see its outcome in future. Those graphs show the growth rate of COVID-19 in the world and even in Sri Lanka. It is said that coronavirus originate in animals like camels, zebras, and bats. It causes illness beginning with the symptoms of common cold and can develop even to severe pneumonia. And the early symptoms include dry cough, sore throat, fever, and some people may experience headache, fatigue, and less frequent diarrhea. Shortness of breath can appear within 5 days. This virus disease can be fatal. Let's focus on how does it spread. It is spread mainly during the close contact and via respiratory droplets produced when people cough and sneeze. The respiratory droplets are produced when breathing also, but this virus is not considered as airborne disease. Though it's harmful to human beings, there are huge positive effects on environment. There's no traffic on road, no motorboats in canals, and people are empty in cities. Factories are closed. So in China, the satellite images from NASA and European Space Agency have shown a significant reduction of nitrogen dioxide pollution after the lockdown. Here in this map, you can see the difference in month of January and February. There is a huge difference. You can see it even in the map. And a significant drop of carbon dioxide emission also can be seen in Italy. See how coronavirus has hit the shutdown buttons of a lot of things. And let's see how to prevent. Prevention is better than cure. This virus has proven it. It is wise to take necessary precautions, including hand washing, and use the hand sanitizer after touching surfaces. Don't touch your face, mouth, eyes with unwashed hands. Maintain distance between people at least 1 meter. Once I saw a doctor saying in a video clip, COVID-19 respect no national values, no social bond, it levels the world. Public policy needs both ends to agree, the decision makers and the decision takers. Quarantine needs the people locked down to be honest and cooperative. Public health methods are universal. They either work or they don't. So, we don't know what would happen in future. The best thing to do now is to abide by the advices given by the WHO and the health ministries. Get the necessary precautions, be self-quarantined, stay at home, and save your life and save someone else. Over to you, Toastmasters for the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Indira. It was a valuable topic and also valuable content. And as a medical student, I think you have done a great job to give these important updates to Toastmasters. Thank you again. And next, we are moving to the next speech. Toastmaster Neeta is going to complete level 2 in pathways. Before that, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sunil, who's going to be the evaluator of Toastmaster Neeta. Toastmaster Sunil Govovind is from BG Toastmasters in Bangalore. And we visited BG Toastmasters, myself and Chiranta, and it was a wonderful experience with him. And Toastmaster Sunil, I would like to invite you to give us the purpose of speech of Toastmaster Neeta.
Good morning again, Toastmasters and the speaker in particular. The speaker is attempting level 2 speech, that is regarding, she will speak about, she will introduce us to the concept of mentoring as envisioned by Toastmasters International. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring, and the purpose also to share the members, the speakers, previous experience as a protege to, during the mentoring process. The speech time is 5 to 7 minutes for the timers. Good luck to the speaker, and over to the president, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil. Toastmaster Neeta is director of DHN Vet Medicare Private Limited, and he's none other than our VP Education. So, Toastmaster Neeta, mentors do wonders. Mentors do wonders. Toastmaster Neeta Perra.
There are hundreds of mentors that we meet throughout our life. Memories of some fade away, but there are unforgettable mentors with each of us in our life. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, guest. From the day we were born, we have been mentees. Our very first mentors are our parents. They are mentoring us until the last breath of their life. In our young age, we had time that we couldn't realize what is right or wrong. At that time, our parents are the one who guided us in correct pathway to see our success. In Toastmasters, mentor-mentoring relationship is a wonderful thing. Someone who is senior to you helps to lift you up unconditionally, helping you to achieve your higher goals. In my Toastmasters journey, my mentor is Toastmaster Chamil. He is helping me in many ways to develop my public speaking skills. And also he guides me to do my responsibilities as VP Education of Oasis Toastmasters Club. He is knowledgeable enough to give any advice, not only about Toastmasters. I'm very lucky to have a mentor like him. Mentors are quite different from coaches. Sometimes we can see in coaches in Toastmasters evaluation sessions. Coaches help you to achieve your smaller goals, like correct your vocal variations or stage usage in particular speech. Not every mentorship is a typical one. You may think that mentor should by definition be older than the person that they advise. But this isn't always the same. Sometimes mentor is just not an individual person. It can be an organization or a group of people. Still, I can remember how we struggled to find money to start our business 15 years ago. From that time, lot of banks refused to give us a loan because we didn't have any experience about business. Interest rates were very high. They thought we couldn't pay back. We were helpless. But one loan officer of one of the leading banks listened to us, showing great mentorship. After long discussion, he got clear idea about our capabilities and requirements. He suggested us to go for a loan of low interest. That time, they had a loan scheme called SMILE with low interest rates, but only granted for farmers to develop their cattle farming. Because since my husband is a veterinary surgeon, he believed that we could get that loan within the legal criteria. He prepared us to go for that loan. Step by step, he prepared necessary documents to take in required information from us, but we didn't have any idea about that. Finally, to take the loan, their higher officers had to visit our farms to check whether we really required this money to develop it. The loan officer said that he will inform that the time the high officers would visit. But we didn't have farm to show them. Even we didn't have a single cow. The day came. Officers visited our place. 25 cows tied up in our garden. They asked many questions. Milking, feeding, handling. My husband could answer every question easily with his knowledge. Loan approved. Anyone can guess how it happened? We are lived in a village. Every family had even one cow. Our loan officer suggested us to bring some cows from nearby houses and tie up in our garden. We got that loan because of his mentorship. We got great mentorship. We got that loan with low interest, and we could pay it back easily. We started our business easily. Mentors do wonders. Same thing I showed you today by completing my level 2. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nita. Mentors do wonders, and also I'm happy to have a mentee like you, and good luck for your future speeches as well. So next, we can move to the next speech. That is Toastmaster Manuja Kamburawala. He's going to do the icebreaker. I'll do the icebreaker speech, and his evaluator is Toastmaster Indusara. Toastmaster Indusara is a product of Mahanami College and the college. He's an undergraduate of quantity serving at SLEEP. Toastmaster Indusara, can you explain the purpose of the speech of Toastmaster Manuja?
Good morning, everybody, and particularly Toastmaster Manuja. Toastmaster Manuja, you are enrolling in Pathways and doing your first speech in front of an audience. The purpose of this speech is to introduce yourself to the members of your club and understand the basic structure of delivering a speech and get comfortable with the audience. Toastmaster Manoj, as we are doing an online session, I will be evaluating your speech based on clarity, vocal variety, audience awareness, and interest. Over to you, Toastmaster Chamil, and good luck, Toastmaster Manoj. Over to you, Toastmaster Chamil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Insura. Toastmaster Manuja is a product of Isipatana College, and he has studied at IIT, and currently is working as an associate tech lead of Epic Lanka Private Limited. Toastmaster Manuja Karunaratna, making world agile. Making world agile, Toastmaster Manuja Karunaratna.
Having had steps to make the world agile, I would like to step up the ladder with the support from Oasis Toastmasters Club. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Samarthunga Arachige Manuje Karunaratne. Simply, you can call me Manuje. Before going to the story, I can explain my name. What does my name mean? Manu means people according to Sanskrit language, and Jaya means win. So simply it sounds people's win. Friends, now I think you are not going to confuse my name with some similar names like Manuja and Manjula, as you all know the meaning, and it's simply Manuja. Now, back to the story. Let's start from my family. My father is engineer S.C. Manjula Karunaratne, who is the general manager and executive director at Industrial and Commercial Development Tabel Limited. And my mother is Mrs. R.A. Nirmala Rupasinghe, who is a government English teacher, retired early as we are out of school while teaching in Rothmi Junior School, Kampa. My brother is Mr. S.A. Sachinta Karunaratne, who is a fresh civil engineering graduate from University of Curtin, Australia. He lives in Jayaweera at Gamba. I born in 1991 and now it's 29 years, and I'm a Sinhala Buddhist. I studied at Isipatana College, Colombo. I was a bass drummer of Western Cadet Band and a member of Environmental Patrol, leader of the school Eastern Band, organizer of the school IT society, and a rugby player too, as well as. My dear Toastmasters, have you watched Candy Perahara? Yes, obviously yes. So, you have seen these dances surely. Yes, I was fortunate to be a best dancer or a Canadian dancer in school dancing crew, and I studied in English medium. From childhood, with the exposure of the computer, I had a dream to become a software engineer. By fulfilling that, after schooling, I joined Informatics Institute of Technology, generally known as IIT, and graduated with PhD Honors or Bachelor of Engineering Honors in Software Engineering from University of Westminster, UK. Later, I graduated with MSc in Advanced Software Engineering from University of Westminster itself. For the moment, I have worked with several companies like Virtusa and Directech. Currently, I am working as Associate Team Lead at Lanka Technologies. Mainly, I am a Java-based software engineer who has key achievements in engineering, project management too. Apart from that, I'm a video tutor for University of Colombo School of Computing, UCSC. If someone accesses bit online lectures via Learn TV, they may have seen me. Now I think you have some kind of idea about my background, and this is the time to explain my initiation. Probably you may not remember it now. However, it's making the world agile. I know our IT related friends know about agility. To make it comfortable to you all easily, agile can be described as self-managed, and self-discipline practices of people. If we can apply that concept into general society, we can have well-controlled, well-behaved people. Therefore, I apply this to me and try to pass this message to others too. As a mission for achieving that vision, I wish to become an owner of my own software company, which should be agile really. It should be the key image for agility in Sri Lanka. From that, I would be able to prove my concept in real world. To go ahead with my vision, I wanted to learn more about public speaking. Hence, with the guidance of Mr. Kamburawala, who is one of my father's friends, I joined with Oasis. Other than my education, profession, and vision, I have many fun stuff like single poem writing, charity services, reading Sherlock Holmes books, traveling, and watching movies, especially Telugu movies. Again, I come to my topic, making world agile. During office work and personal life, when I was given a task, I take it as my own responsibility. So I try to do it on my best. Successfully, a successful completion is expected. That is the baseline of agility, and I think everyone can do it practically, but you have to change your mindset. Over to you, sir, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manuje. I think we are happy to, and we are lucky to have a member like you, very enthusiastic member, and I'm sure you will be achieving your highest. And also, guys, I think you know how many of them are called Manuje as Manjula before. I think there are a couple of people I know. They have always called Manuje as Manjula. Right, so now onwards, you know the correctness. So let's move to the next speech. That is Toastmaster Sankani Jayaweera. Her evaluator is Kasun Karanayaka. Kasun is a product of Ananda College, and he has studied at Faculty of Law of University of Colombo. He is an attorney of law. And Toastmaster Kasun, please explain the purpose of Sankani's speech.
Toastmaster Sankani, today you are going to make a speech on your own. Officially, the purpose of your statement is, the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Here, Toastmaster Sankani, you are on your way. You can make any speech on any topic on your own way. Then you have to apply the feedback you are getting from the evaluator and from the audience to your next speech. So here is the inception of your speech in Toastmasters era. So here you go. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kasun. Toastmaster Sankani is a product of Ratnavali Buddhika Vidyalaya. She is currently an undergraduate of University of Wayamba. Toastmaster Sankani Jayaweera. Stop wishing, start doing. Stop wishing, start doing. Toastmaster Sankani Jayaweera.
Life is too short to be wishing for things. Good morning, Toastmaster Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's all about procrastination. What is procrastination? Simply, we can tell the action of delaying or postponing. So, how to stop wishing and start doing? Stop wishing means overcoming procrastination. Start doing leads to getting off from your comfort zone and doing your best. Let's overcome procrastination in 3 steps or 3 principles. The first and foremost thing we should consider is application of energy in decision making. Let's look at it like this. Each and every day, how many of you spend time on thinking what to wear, what to eat, or what to cook? At least we will spend more than 10 minutes on them. By implementing or allocating our energy on such insignificant decisions will make us overtired, which is called decision fatigue. As the first step to beat procrastination, we should allocate our energy, our power to decision making, and our time efficiently. As an example, we can take Steve Jobs. Have you ever identified his attire in the launching of a new phone? He just wears a plain black t-shirt and blue denim. There, he has allocated his power in decision, his energy, and his time on the most important thing. There he has prioritized the launching of the phone. And second principle in overcoming procrastination is just do it. You can start with MPV, minimum viable product. And also we can call it the test version of your final product. Whatever the thing you want to do, it might be to write a blog, to blog in your own channel, or to publish a book. Whatever the thing, you can start in the simplest task. If you want to write a blog in first day, write 1 page. If you want to publish a book, first step, you can write the introduction. If you are fond of photography, before going and purchasing the most expensive, best quality camera out there in the market, just try with mobile photography. And the simplest example I can give you to understand, stop wishing and start doing is your alarm clock. When the alarm rings early in the morning, we all at least snooze it for 1 minute. And the simplest thing you can do is to put your alarm in a place which is not reachable from your bed. It is simple as that. And always don't compare yourself with anyone else in this world. If you compare yourself, you are insulting yourself. And stop wishing, start doing. In a nutshell, to overcome procrastination, the 3 principles are: first, allocate your energy, your time, your decision-making power efficiently. It will stop wasting your time and wasting your energy. The second thing is, do test versions of final product you want. Then analyze pros and cons, and also you can get feedbacks from others. Go, do the simplest task. The third thing, finally you will recognize you have stopped procrastinating. You will recognize you can make a difference. Then you will stop wishing and start doing. So, dear Toastmasters, to kick off, start. Be the first person to grab the table topic, and then you will stop wishing and start doing. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankari. I felt like I'm concluding this meeting because our speech topic is the same as our theme. So thank you, Toastmaster Sankari. And that is, I think we conclude our prepared speeches session. So now we are moving to the table topic session. Let me introduce the table topic master. It is Toastmaster Gihan. Toastmaster Gihan is a product of Royal College Colombo, studied at SLIT for civil engineering. Currently is working as a civil engineer at Pasalka Builders and Decorators Private Limited. Toastmaster Gihan, over to you to handle the table topic session.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Chamil. So today I am playing the role of table topic master. So I have 5 topics with me. So you can voluntarily come up and choose a number. Then I'll give you the topic. You have to speak 1 to 2 minutes. And you have a 30-second of grace period. So any volunteers? Indusara, can you tell me a number?
Wait. 1 to 5, right?
Yes, 1 to 5.
Okay, 1.
Number 1.
1.
Okay. Very easy topics this time, right? Toastmaster Indusara, the topic is the first day you realize that life is short. The first day you realize that life is short. Toastmaster Indusara.
Can I have that 10 seconds?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Have you ever started something that you at the very end where you see that where your end is, and suddenly you have to stop reaching that end? You're drawn back from that end. The table topic master of the day and my fellow Toastmasters. I had the same experience a few months ago where I had only few months left in my degree program. I had to postpone the degree program because I was not eligible to move on to my final year because I had my research proposal rejected by my research supervisor. So at that very moment, until that very moment, I was happy. I was enjoying my life, thinking, okay, within few months, I'm going to end my degree program. And I'm going to start a career in construction. But ladies and gentlemen, there are certain points of our life we realize that the time that is given to us is limited. So at that moment, I realized my goal is not only just to start a career, but I have to develop my career. And I'm currently 23 years old. And if I'm going to go to my target, I have a target. I have milestones that I've planned in my 26th year age. And by the time of 30 years, I have another milestone. So if I have to reach those milestones, I have to keep the same plan. I have to stick with my original plan, and I cannot have the luxury of avoiding, of having drawing backs. But unfortunately, I was drawn back. So I had delayed 6 months from my degree program, and that moment is the moment where I realized that this life is short and we do not have the luxury of having delays in our life. What do you say?
Right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Indusara, the first speaker, as usual. So there are 4 more topics. Any volunteer? Right, Toastmaster Shalika, can you tell me a number?
Number 2.
Right, number 2. Toastmaster Shalika, the topic is what makes someone a hero? What makes someone a hero? Toastmaster Shalika.
Okay, when it comes to the context of Sri Lanka, there are different heroes. They are defined by based on their words, by the actions. But from my perspective, is that actions do matter more than words, because more than the words, actions do speak, and it can emphasize their attitudes as well. So currently, our heroes are mostly our military personnel and the health administrators. They were blamed by most of Sri Lankans during the recent past, but when it comes to the critical and crunch situations, their worthiness will come out of those situations. So I think when it comes to the heroes, we have to understand the fact that their actions will be much more important than the words, because sometimes media can show a different picture based on their words, but those heroes who were supposed to save us are no more with us. So only the real heroes would come to save us in difficult situations. So over to you.
Right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Shalika. You explain how someone can be a hero. So these days you have a special chance to be a good hero in this country by staying at home. So take the maximum use of that chance and be a good hero in Sri Lanka. So now I would like to invite Toastmaster Sunil to pick up a number and do a table topic. You are on mute.
Which are the numbers that's already been taken?
1 and 2 gone. 3, 4, and 5 are there.
I'll take 5.
Yes. Toastmaster Sunil, the topic is the last time you felt lucky. The last time you felt lucky, Toastmaster Sunil.
I think I'm feeling lucky right now because in spite of the fact that what many people are talking about, dear table topic master and fellow Toastmasters, in spite of the fact that what people are talking about, I feel right now I feel very lucky because I get to do a lot of the things which I have been not been able to do because of my busy schedule, sitting at home and talking to my wife, which I rarely get an opportunity, and then having fights with my son, which I don't get much opportunity, and then being part of many Toastmasters meetings like this, reading a lot of books which I want to read, and which has been lying on my shelf, which I've not been able to read, and having the time to sit and think what I'm going to do with the post-corona world, and all those things put together, I feel that that's indeed, today I feel that I'm very lucky. And the very fact that I'm having the opportunity, and Charinta had given me a call, and I mean, had the opportunity to come and talk to you and sit with the Toastmasters Club based out of Sri Lanka and share experiences. That makes this particular time and space today here very lucky. Over to the table topic master.
Right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunil. We are also so lucky to hear from India. So thank you very much for joining with us and joining with this table topic session. So there are two more topics remain there. So anyone else? There are two more.
Toastmaster Vimal, why don't you take one?
So you are in mute, Toastmaster Vimal. Can you unmute? Right.
Okay, fine. I will take topic number 4.
Number 4. The Toastmaster Vimal, your topic is what makes a person beautiful? What makes a person beautiful, Toastmaster Vimal?
Okay, table topic master. Ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful word. A person's beauty is not the portraits of that person, I believe. What he says and what he does. If someone does what he says, and if he can say what he does, I believe that brings out the real portrait of a person. So, in my case, I always try to do what I say. As I am a Buddhist, the philosophy that we can get from Lord Buddha, Yathavadi Tathakari and Tathavadi Yathakari. It says, do what you say and say what you do. So if someone can practice this to maximum that he can. In our society, it's a bit difficult for us to do this 100%. In most of the cases, we can't fulfill this requirement 100%. But if you can try to fulfill this requirement to the maximum that you can do, so you will be a beautiful person in this society. So I believe if I can do what I say, if I can say what I do, I'm a beautiful person. Like y'all, ladies and gentlemen, if you can do what you say, and if you can say what you do, and face the society in a very generous way and nice way, you are a beautiful person. Thank you. Over to the table topic.
Right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Vimal. So the last topic, Chiranda. So Toastmaster Chiranda, you are going to pick up the last topic?
No, actually, I have to evaluate this topic. So I believe Kitsara would take it, right?
Last topic, little bit different topic, but it will be very funny, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, right. Toastmaster Kitsara. In 20 years, what do you want to remember? In 20 years, what do you want to remember, Toastmaster Kitsara?
I think I want to remember my childhood. Because I love it very much. I think it's the happiest period in my life. So I have spent many time with my parents and my cousins in my childhood, not only like this. And I love that period. So I want to remember for my lifetime. So.
Right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kitsara and all the other table topic speakers who voluntarily pick up the numbers and do the table topic session. So that's all the table topic session. So I would like to give the control back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chamil.
Thank you, Gihan. Thank you for the wonderful topics and the Tabel topic session. And so now we are moving to the evaluations. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Kamburawala as the general evaluator take the control.
Thank you, Chamil. Dear Toastmasters, let us start with prepared speech evaluations. I would like to have Chirantha Sirikumara to evaluate Toastmaster Indira Adhikari's speech. And both, you can do the both. No, only one, yes.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, and particularly Toastmaster Indira Adhikari. The purpose of your speech was to get yourself introduced to a presentation software. So I believe, actually, you have selected Microsoft PowerPoint as a presentation software you want to work. So in that case, you have prepared a very well structured presentation about the current situation in the world, which is COVID-19, coronavirus. And as a medical student, what you spoke about the COVID-19 was fantastic because we learned a lot of things. We learned a lot of things from your speech. You started with the questions, which is a really good way of starting a speech. It's recommended by Toastmasters International and well-known speakers. And you explained what was the structure of the virus. As a non-medical person, it was very difficult for me to understand, but you made it very easy for all of us to understand. You explained very well the protein structure, lot of stuff. Thank you very much. And next, you brought up organization and what is available online, and you very well you prepared a presentation with the world map and graph, which was made us very easy for us to understand your presentation, your purpose. So and all in all, it was a very good presentation, and it was very well structured, and it was very easy for us to understand with your visual aids and your facts and figures. It was job well done. Congratulations, and looking forward to see much bigger things from you. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Chirantha Sirikumara. Now, Toastmaster Sunil Govovind, thank you very much for joining with us from Bangalore. You are warmly welcome. We would like to hear from you for the evaluation of Neeta Perra's speech.
Good morning, Toastmasters, and it's specific to Toastmaster Neeta. I really liked your speech, especially with the fact that how you opened up the speech. You opened up with the speech with a statement that caught the attention of the audience. And then you went on talking about mentorship, parents being part of your mentorship journey. I feel that's something everybody connects to. And that's something I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have also said, that they're always there for you from the day that you're born till, fortunately, how much time they are with us. So I think that's something that's touched a lot of us. I really like the fact that you spoke about a story about your business challenges and how it was overcome. And definitely that would be something that would be a takeaway for a lot of the audience. And in between, I really like the fact that you stopped and then you said, do you know where the cows came from? That was like a suspenseful question, and a lot of us just stood up and said, okay, where did the cows come from? And that actually, those who would have gone out of the speech was brought back into the speech in between, and that was a good way to reconnect onto the speech in case somebody would have got lost. I also like the fact that you specifically brought out mentoring and coaching and what is the difference. Many people get confused between mentoring and coaching, and that's very important. Now, what would be the few suggestions which I would like you to work on? You had mentioned that Chamil is your mentor. but you could have given an in-depth understanding of how Chamil has impacted your Toastmasters journey. What is that one incident in your Toastmasters journey where Chamil has brought in that change and which has made you who you are today in the Toastmasters space? I think that could have been brought in a little more depth. You also spoke about the fact that your husband did, is a mentor and he guided and all. But how did he do it? The cow fact is there, but how did he impact you as a mentor? That did not come out clearly for me. So that could have been brought in a little more depth. Then I find that if you want to take the speech to the next level, I feel is that you can use a lot of vocal variety and a lot of voice modulation. Because see, one issue that we have is because we are in this kind of a platform, you can't do stage movement and all that. The only thing that you can really do is emote. Do you know those cows were there? Do you know where the cows came from? They came from, yes, you guessed it, from the nearby village. Things like that. And for example, you said, nobody gave us a loan. We were searching. Nobody gave us. And then there was this loan officer who helped us out. So if you add that, you can take the speech to a next level. So I really liked your speech. I really liked your struggles, how mentorship sorted it out. But if you include many of these nuances, the TMI experience and little more in-depth understanding of how your husband impacted you, I'm pretty sure this speech can be taken to the next level. Over to you, G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil Govovind. And now let us move on to next evaluation by Toastmaster Idusara Bekon. He is evaluating the icebreaker speech of Toastmaster Manujaya Karunaratna.
Before going to the evaluations, can someone tell me what's the meaning of the name Manujaya according to Toastmaster Manujaya? Someone? Okay, thank you, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Chamil gave the answer. Thank you, Toastmaster Chamil and Toastmaster Kamburawala. And the school Toastmaster Manujaya was school? Yes, it has. Okay, thank you. General evaluator and fellow Toastmasters, particularly Toastmaster Manujaya. So you had a nice formal content about yourself that you introduced for the fellow members of the club, and the language you spoke is very clear. Each and every word is very clear and very understandable, and you had a nice slow face when you're speaking, so that helps the others to understand each and every word very clearly on your content, as the understanding and the audience awareness is very important in this speech, because you're introducing yourself, who you are, to the rest of the club members. And the room for improvement that I have noticed in your speech, Toastmaster Manujaya, is that when organizing the speech, in the speech structure, that I noticed that you are saying that okay, coming back to the topic, so you're deviating from the topic from time to time, and then coming back to the topic. So that will sometimes may lose, the audience may lose focus or get lost where they are actually. So if you can organize the speech to go in a same flow other than saying coming back to topic, that will be very nice. And also, as the Toastmaster Sunil explained, the voice variations can be done even through online. So if you can do voice variation, add voice variation, not at the without adding pauses at the end of each and every word, you can add voice variations to make your speech very colorful. And also try to avoid pausing after each and every word. Try to add pauses. If it will be helpful if you can add pauses at the end of a sentence, or in a highlightable phrase, and if you can add some experience or personal stories, you can start the speech without saying good morning, you can start, before saying good morning, you can start the speech with a question, a story, or with your personal experience. All in all, Toastmaster Manujay, it was a very good speech. You had nice content. You have successfully introduced yourself and your vision. That's not what we see each and every day. You not only introduce yourself, you introduced your vision to the club members. And if you can add a little bit more humor and a question or some experience with a story, and organize the content as I have suggested, the speech will become more colorful. And Toastmaster Manujay, good luck on your path in becoming an outstanding public speaker. Good luck to you, and over to you, General Educator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Idusara. Toastmaster Manujay, as a custom, usually we give a standing ovation after delivering the icebreaker speech. But this online meeting, we are unable to do that. But you assume all of us have given you the standing ovation for your speech. And keep on speaking and be a successful speaker. You have a very good dream. Follow it. One day you can achieve your goal. Wish you all the best. Right, let us next hear from Toastmaster Kasun Karunanayaka, who will be giving Sankani Suraveera's evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamburawala. Toastmaster Sankani, as I earlier said, today you started originally the first speech of the Toastmasters journey. So I saw in you, Toastmaster Sankani, a very good attempt you made to make a good speech, and really you made a good speech. When it comes to the introduction, you made that life is too short. That is good. That's a good way to start a speech according to your topic. Also, in your body, you made so many content through a very good attempt at research. Let me share something. What to wear, also about student jobs, MVP, minimum viable product, when writing a book, also when we are going to make a photography, why we are wasting time, just get a cell phone and make a photograph. Also, don't compare yourself with others. Also, you told that do everything in the simplest way. Also, you mentioned today for the table topic session, please participate without wishing what to do, just participate. Everything you shared with us, Toastmaster Sankani, very good content, very good research, good introduction, very good attempts you made. Toastmaster Sankani, for your next speech, some improvements I can see. Toastmaster Sankani, when it comes to the introduction, you told that life is too short. Just try to analyze it in a way why life is too short and what we can do for that. Also, don't push too hard about the procrastination, because sometimes people are people don't like some kind of technical words as such. So rather than say procrastination, just go through the meaning of it. I think just a suggestion you can do in your own way. Other thing, Toastmaster Sankani, when it comes to the body, you have a very good content, but if you can categorize those things, as an example, the ways we waste our time, you can share. Then you can say, let me why we waste our time in that way. Likewise, in a categorically way, you can number one, this is, number two, this is. Based on the category, you can number and say the whole content, what you want to say, rather than just drop everything in one bucket. Because people are getting confused in that way. When we are dropping something in one bucket, everything, sometimes people wondering what we are going to get, something like that. Other thing, try to conclude the speech in a nicer way, saying stop wishing, as an example, stop wishing what to do or what to do. Just do in the simplest way what you can do. Likewise, just try to make a proper conclusion appropriately to the introduction and body. Also, before the next speech, try to practice more and more before the mirror. All in all, Toastmaster Sankani, very good speech, very good content, very good research, very good attempt you made. For your improvements, Toastmaster Sankani, if you can make the body in a categorical way, or you can come up with a personal story on your own way, then just go through that personal story. Don't move to other ways, other stories. Just go through your personal story, make a story in that your personal story, then go through with that. Get your mentor support to prepare the next speech. All in all, a very good speech, Toastmaster Sankani. I'm looking forward to hear a very good speech in the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kasun. Now let's move on to table topic evaluations. First, I would like to hear from Toastmaster Chirantha Sirikumara, odd number evaluations.
Yes, thank you, General Evaluator. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Indusara. His speech topic was first day that I realized life is short. So Toastmaster Indusara, you brought a lot of your personal experience into this speech. How you felt when you had to postpone your degree for 6 months. So you brought that experience into this topic and you spoke really well. And it's one aspect, yes, but another aspect you can speak about was this is imagination. So if a doctor say you can live only a week, so you could bring that feeling as well to this speech. So if you could bring that experience or imagination, it's more valuable speech. So it was a good speech, but try to bring some imagination of your life going to end kind of thing. So that's about it. And next speaker was Toastmaster Sunil from India. His topic was the last day you felt you are lucky. Toastmaster Sunil, yes, you understood this topic very well and you did it really nice job related to this topic, because you spoke about how you felt lucky with this Toastmaster environment, how you were enjoying your life at home even with this situation in the world. So it was a very positive aspect, because the world is having something bad, but still we are trying to live happy with whatever we have, whatever the limitation we have. It's obvious all of us we have to lock down ourselves at our home, but still we are trying to make our life somehow happy. So you spoke about your current situation and you did a really nice job, and thank you very much. And the last speaker was Toastmaster Kitsara. 20 years, what you want to remember. So Toastmaster Kitsara, yes, childhood is, if I talk about me, my childhood was wonderful. So I always want to live in my childhood. Yes, you did a really good job. Only thing was I believe you took very less time, like couple of little more than 30 seconds, I guess. So if you could speak more than at least a minute, your speech would be much better and qualified speech. And thank you. Over to you, sir. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chirantha. Next, we would like to hear from Toastmaster Indusara, even number evaluations.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The first speaker is the second speaker is Toastmaster Shalika Herath. Toastmaster Shalika Herath, you talked about what makes someone a hero, and you talked about the heroes that we see these days. You had nice content throughout your speech. You talked about the military and the doctors who are currently engaged in defeating prevention of this coronavirus situation. And you had a nice face when you're talking about the situation, and you had a very good tone. So everybody was very clear, and the face that you had helped everyone to understand what you were speaking. And within the given time period, you summed up your content very nicely, and you had a very nice ending. And what I see as room for improvement in your speech is a little bit of variation, as Toastmaster Sunil once showed you with his prepared speech evaluation. What you can do is add little variations in a way we may not be able to use the stage right now, but you can add variation, and not only saying that the doctors and military personnel are engaged in, but you can add a little story. You may not have experience as we are within the curfew, but you can add some story, that something you may see online or something you have heard from your friend. That will add more color to your speech. All in all, that was a very good speech. Try to add some variation and some story, a very small single story to your speech. And Toastmaster Shalika, good luck. And moving on to the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Vimal. You're a very experienced Toastmaster Vimal, and that the speech was about what makes a person beautiful. And your speech was based on the inner perspectives of a person, how not only how the person's attitudes and the character reflects the beauty of the person. And the speech was very well organized, and the content was very nice, and that is something that most of the people should consider. And even online, that I could hear the ups and downs of your voice. So that is very that adds color to your speech. And Toastmaster Vimal, around 2 or 3 years ago, you gave a nice advice to Toastmaster Nuwan and me. When you're starting a table topic speech, plan your ending, and I saw that in your speech. I see that as a plus point in your speech. And all in all, Toastmaster Vimal, that was a very nice speech. If you can add some more experience, other than experience, if you can add a little bit lengthy story, as you had some time left, if you can add a little bit of story to your speech, that will be very nice. And good luck, Toastmaster Shalika and Toastmaster Vimal. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Indusara. Now let's move on to the reports from the role players. Toastmaster Buddhika, time of the day. We would like to hear from you. Could you please unmute your right?
As a timer, let me give you my report. For the prepared speech session, Indira Adhikari took 6 minutes and 28 seconds. Nita Pereira took 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Manuje Karunaratna took 5 minutes and 57 seconds. Sankani Suraveera took 6 minutes and 24 seconds. And when it comes to the prepared speech evaluation, Chiranta Sirikumara took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And Sunil Govovind took 3 minutes and 21 seconds. And Indusara Abekon took 3 minutes and 29 seconds. And Kasun Karnanaga took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. When it comes to the table topics, Indusara Abekon took 2 minutes and 19 seconds. And Shalika Herath took 1 minute and 38 seconds. And Sunil Govovind took 1 minute and 31 seconds. And Vimal Rajapaksha took 1 minute and 50 seconds. And Kitsara took 39 seconds. According to the report, only one disqualification I found. That's a Kitsara speech. And other than that, all the speakers and evaluators are within the timeline. And this is my report, and thank you.
Kitsara's table topic speech.
Yes.
Right. Then when the Toastmaster of the day send you the ballot, now it is there. You can vote for best speaker, best table topic speaker, and best evaluator. Right. Now, we would like to hear from our accountant, Toastmaster Senodi. Would you present your report?
Okay, this is my report. As the Toastmasters of the day, Toastmasters Chamil, 1 R sound, 5 sound, and 1 repeat word. As the grammarian, Toastmasters Shalika had 2 so sounds. Table topic master, Toastmaster Gihan, 1 sound, 3 sounds. As the round robin master, Toastmasters Nuwan, 1 R sound, 1 sound. As the timer, Toastmasters Buddhika, 1 sound. In the prepared speeches session, Toastmasters Neeta, 1 sound and 3 repeat words. Toastmasters 1 sound and 3 sounds, 1 repeat word. Toastmasters Sankani, no R sounds. Toastmasters Manuje, no R sounds. In the table topic session, Toastmasters Indusara, 1 sound, 2 sounds. Toastmasters Shalika, 4 sounds. Toastmasters Sunil, 2 sounds. Toastmasters Vimal, no R sounds, and Toastmasters Kitsara, 1 sound. In the evaluations, general evaluator Toastmasters Kamburawala, 4 sounds. Toastmasters Kasum, 8 sounds and 2 sound. Toastmasters Indusara, 10 sounds, 1 repeat word. Toastmasters Chirantha, 2 sounds, 1 so. Toastmasters Sunil, 1 sound, 1 sound and 1 repeat word. Table topic evaluators, Toastmasters Insara, 7 sounds, 1 repeat word. Toastmasters Chirantha, 3 sounds. This is my report.
Right. Thank you, Toastmaster Senodi. Next, I would like to invite our grammarian, Toastmaster Shalika, to present his report.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. At the inception, I would like to highlight the fact that I am elated with the content and usage of the grammar during the meeting because it was so rich and with the content, and we were able to learn quite a lot of things during the meeting. So when it comes to the usage of the word of the day, I was able to grab a couple of times during the meeting. So I encourage you to use the word of the day, which is inception, action. So that would add much more value to our speech. So when it comes to the good usage of the language, as I said previously, I was able to get quite a few actually good phrases. For example, making the world agile. First and foremost, insignificant. Have the luxury of, in spite of the fact that, like the fact that, categorically. Likewise, I was able to grab quite a few good usage of the language. As improvement, I can highlight the fact that we need to work on the active and passive usage of the language, and as well as the present and past. When you are talking about the thing which happened in the past, we need to use past tense. Sometimes we tend to use the present due to the lack of practice. So other than that, I encourage all of us to improve our vocabulary during this time period, since we have adequate time, so that we can work on our usage of the grammar and as well as the vocabulary. So all in all, I think as a grammarian, I'm quite pleased with the content and usage of the grammar.
As you got stuck.
So wish you all the best, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Right. Thank you, Toastmaster Shalika. Now it's time for me to present my report. Today we started at 9, that is 9 minutes late. Not bad, but better if you could have started sharp at 9. And we must thank our president. Without cancelling our meeting, he has taken a lot of effort to conduct this online meeting. All of us very much grateful to you, and you started the meeting in positive way. And today, as Toastmaster of the day, you explained the theme of the day. For all of these, all of us are very grateful to you, Mr. President. And all the role players were well prepared. Timer, our counter, grammarian, they explained their role very well. And especially round robin master, very innovative. It is timely as well as a different experience, because Toastmasters meeting should not be monotonous. We must do varieties to make the meeting enjoyable. You did it as a from news correspondence. You got all the information right around the Sri Lanka and Bangalore. And speakers were well prepared, and all the evaluators did their best. Especially, I must thank Sunil, Govovind. The Bangalore Toastmasters always try to keep their standards very high. You gave your evaluation with examples. I learned that we also follow him, and in future when we are giving evaluations, we must try to do give the evaluation with some examples. Then it is very effective, especially in evaluation contest. You are the contestants score more marks giving the evaluation with examples. And right. And table topic master, timely and common topics. All the speakers could spoke easily. And right. Nothing more to add for our improvement. Hope we will be able to do our next meeting also without cancelling. If we are unable to meet physically, hope we will be able to conduct it at least online. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Kamburawala, for the evaluation session. And now we have received the best performance result. So I'm going to share the results with you as well. So the best speaker is Toastmaster Indira. And best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Vimal. And the best evaluator, of course, Toastmaster Sunil. I hope you can see the result as well. So now we are at the end of this meeting. We started this meeting with the theme of stop wishing, start doing. So why we need to start doing right now? Because this is applicable for our personal or professional and also in this situation as well. So there are other benefits and why we need to we need to start doing without wishing. So if you start doing, then it will build the momentum of you, and also it will change your mind, change your mindset, and you will be move forward. And also it will help you to empower yourself, and also to prove to yourself how much you value to yourself, and also to honor and respect yourself. I think most of the things are mentioned by Toastmaster Sankani at her speech as well. So why we need to start doing without wishing. And with that, I conclude the meeting. I will give the control to the president. Not now. Before we end, I would like to hear few thoughts from Toastmaster Sunil. Yes, we were able to meet them at BT Toastmasters in person. So now when we invite him, then he accepted the invitation, and now we are meeting virtually online. So I would like to hear a few thoughts from Toastmaster Sunil.
First of all, thank you for inviting me. It's been indeed an honor as well as a pleasure being part of this meeting. A lot of very great learnings for me, and hopefully I'll take back some things to my club and see what it is. We don't have this round robin process, and we don't have evaluations for the table topic speakers. I think both may be things that we could look at seriously, may not be on a regular basis because we always end up spending too much time. We always overshoot the time. So we need to figure out how to work within the time of the allotted time within the club, which is most important as far as Toastmasters is concerned. But yes, it's been a very nice and a very, engaging and very great learning experience this meeting has been. And I'm thank you for that, having invited me and being part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil. And surely we will meet in person soon. Sure. And so with that, I conclude the meeting of Oasis Toastmasters. This was our second online meeting. And I adjourned the meeting number 207 meeting of Oasis Toastmasters. And stay safe, stay inside, and we'll meet again. Thank you.